All right, and welcome to this ARTTech Assembly 2022 next event that will be 2 hours, and the next part will be here soon. Killi, Jarno Kallunki-Mättö is from HypeHype, and we are gonna introduce you a user-generated content and the platform for creating games. So really interesting stuff going. So let's give big hand for the team. Henri Forsström, Juuso Pekkarinen, Jarno Kallunki-Mättö. Please welcome on stage. Let's give big hand for them and welcome, and let's do it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, and it's not good morning, it's over noon. Assembly, ARTTech seminar. So a little bit about the scheduling. So I'm from HypeHype, my name is Killi, Jarno Kallunki-Mättö, and I'm gonna start first by showing our new platform and the vision and what we want to and how we believe in the future of gaming. And then my colleagues Juuso and Henri will come here and they will show a live demo how to make a game in 30 minutes. So we start with this one, so we have a nice content for you. So first of all, HypeHype Inc. So what we are a Finnish company founded in 2012. We are the makers of BADLAND and several multiplayer games including Rumble Stars, football, BADLAND Brawl, and Rumble Hockey. And since this in 10 years we have made several games and we have got over 150 million downloads. What our values in our company are high production values, cutting-edge technology, and innovation. We want to challenge ourselves and we want to build something for the future, which is where we're going with the HypeHype. Currently, we have our office in Helsinki. We are in growth phase, and we have over 40 people working in this new exciting project. Couple words about myself. So people call me Killi. My real name is Jarno. Usually my mom says Jarno something when I've done something wrong, so maybe Killi is better here. I'm a gamer. I'm now a game maker at HypeHype Inc. And I've been doing games marketing, monetization partners over 15 years. I'm a dad of 2 beautiful girls, and I have 2 rabbits, which take a lot of my time when I'm not playing games, making games, or watching football. Previously, I have worked at Microsoft for Xbox and in hyper-casual games. So gaming is my life. So I have a couple of slides. These might be something that you already know, but I wanted to start with by a small market and challenge and how we kind of like invented the idea of HypeHype. So few observations from the mobile games market. And the number of mobile gamers has and is over 2 billion already, and that something is growing all the time. It's so cool to see that people can play all the games and many games already in mobile and in cross-platform. The doors have since hyper-casual games and new kind of like games coming to your mobile on your iOS and Android and tablets have opened a doors to a billion large audience. Why has the market changed? One thing that we have noticed when we started thinking about the HypeHype, it's the shorter increments of gaming and content in general. That's one thing, for example, TikTok, very familiar for all of us, people watching snackable short content videos, and then in Spotify when you listen to music, there are no albums released in a way when I was a kid at least, and lots of singles coming out. Snackable content, short form, very easy to access with your phone on the go. One thing on the gaming side is that people play mobile games on the go. They are enjoying these snackable short moments with their friends, and sometimes they have even taken over realistic graphics and PC stuff. Here at Assembly, we know that's not the full truth, but at the same time, it's how the market is changing. What we believe and what we've seen is that games are still enjoyed best with your friends over online and with the community, and then you can start playing with the people you love and care globally. Couple of words about game development. Game development is hard. We know this. We have done in 10 years several games, and the ones that have been out and have been relatively successful, there's always at least a dozen of other games that never got out from the prototyping or testing phase. Why it's hard to develop and publish games is because, and this applies to both indie developers and both studios. So you have to work day in, day out. There's lots of developers making very good games and games content. And to get that game ready, it requires lots of investment. You need a team of experts making games, coders, marketers, artists, Q&A, you need live ops, you need the business people. Then you need to invest in advance to get some money to fund this project, for example, and take very big high risks. And it's, of course, it's time consuming. Then once it finally, if it happens, sometimes, you finally get that game that you wanted to make and you want to put it out, it's not even done there. That's actually when the real challenge starts. So you have the game and then you put it out, let's say in the App Store or in the Google Play, and there are millions and millions of games fighting for those same featurings and top charts of the players. So no matter if you're indie or a bigger studio, you need to figure out many things. You need to think about, for example, how do I make money? Should I have advertisement, in-app purchases, subscriptions or something? That requires monetization expertise. Then you might think about user acquisition. Okay, I'll put my game out in the store. Once it's out there, no one probably, or it's very hard to find the games. So you think about, I need marketers who will do user acquisition, and that requires budget and very exceptional skills. Should I go to Facebook or TikTok or YouTube? Should I contact some influencers, gaming content makers who will make videos of my game? And all these things you have to figure out. Then, once it's out, then you look at the numbers and the players play your game and they might actually like it. You actually don't stop the development. You need to start doing live operations. You have to give new content, levels, bug fixes and all. It's a big hassle and a big challenge even for a studio, and when you go to indies it's even more. Well, then there is the part that you can of course go to a publisher. You'll find yourself a partner who takes care of this monetization and user acquisition stuff. But that means that then you will split the revenue that is coming from your game. It might be that actually most of the revenue from your hard work goes to the publishers. And that's of course something. And if you really get the green light from a publisher every time there's 10,000 games and indies who never get past these very, very hard barriers to be able to publish their game. And those games are great games. No one just finds them, and it's very sad. One thing is also the game features. So when you go to the store and you find a game and you play it, you might get ad already in the first 1 minute, which sucks, in my personal opinion. But at the same time, when you play different kind of games, your phone is full of these games, maybe meaningless games. No one even develops them further and all. It's very, very shattered, the features and these as well. All right. So, and this is when you look at the stores, sometimes when you see, how do you know whether this game that you see over there in the store, is it good or bad? You need to download maybe many of these and have to test them, and your phone is full of hundreds of these games. Okay, then we go to game making. We've all seen what's happening in the world with the TikTok, Instagram, and several different platforms where you can start making super content on your mobile phone. Everyone has a mobile phone. Those are powerful and smart already. They're always online. And we can almost do anything we want with them. And kind of like the sad thing, what we noticed, that there isn't a proper video game or game making editor or engine, or how you want to say it, available on phones. There are something quite cool stuff, but mostly the game making happens on PCs, and you need a PC client, maybe you need some software and something. But the thing is that everyone has a phone, it has power, you have it with you, you're already doing and creating cool content with your phone and publishing that overnight, but it doesn't apply with games. And that was the number one challenge. We were like, we want to solve that. So, this is a one slider of showing what I just told you. Currently, as a game developer, what we are at HypeHype making, we try to solve this. You see, game developers and indies have to figure out what engine should I pick first. I need to learn some coding, or I need to find some coders who can make my game. I need to figure out some back-end technology, some server things. I need to think about like how do I do art, music, different software, all this stuff. And that requires, of course, lots of people and lots of expertise. Then you finally put your game out. Which stores will you put it out? How you get the users to the game of yours? Do you have the budget for that? Should you go to influencers and whatever? And everything of this requires usually a PC. It requires money. It requires team. It requires time. And those are very high risk. And we know we've been doing this for 15 years already. So what we wanted to think about is that, is it possible with one app solve this? If you have one app that's in your phone, it's always with you, it's always free, it works cross-platform, and you can just do things and it just works. And that's when the HypeHype came into the picture a couple of years ago. Now I will put a video that has maybe a little bit sound. So this is a tip for the technique people. Let's see how this works. That's HypeHype. So HypeHype, what you just saw, is not a concept. It's a product already. We've been building this for over 2 years in the bunker in the Helsinki Campi. What we believe, with just one free app to download, you can play games online with your friends, you can create games, you can publish games, you can earn a living, and the coolest thing is that when you put games out, you get the feedback immediately. And that helps you to develop the games further with your friends and others. You learn to make games, and eventually you can earn a living with this one. One throwback to year 2013. So why we started actually building this is because of BADLAND. BADLAND, we had level editor that worked with drag and drop and fingers on your iPad. And it was so special already in 2013. Almost 1 million levels were made with your iPads. And we had this expertise of 10 years of building mobile game engines and editors. This is our own proprietary technology, and that is something that we wanted to now open doors to everyone and make it accessible around the world. So we have our own game engine and game editor. We enjoy crafting at HypeHype Inc. And we want to help others make games how we have made games. And we've been lucky. We have had some success. But we really want to make sure that everyone here at Assembly and around the world can make games with their phones without doing maybe the same long journey that we have done in our own career. So at HypeHype, we are all committed to this in the long term. All right? Here's one slider that shows what you can do with HypeHype. A year ago, when we started doing our early technical testing, people started making their first own games with their phones. All these games, when asked, these are made by normal people like I said, normal people like us. They are just one person making games in days or hours. And everyone who's been in the gaming business knows that making games even in weeks or months is super hard. But what we've seen already in the early testing is that people are able to make amazing content and games in just hours or even minutes when you get the hold of it. And that's something that we love. What we have done with HypeHype is we have put a pocket-sized game editor so anyone everywhere can start making games. You can create and you can remix your own games. You have your own personal profiles to express yourself, who you are, just like in social media apps alike. You can follow other creators and other players to learn more. And what you can do is then when you publish something of your own and start learning, then you gain your own, maybe your first follower, and your own journey as a game maker will begin. What we have here and what you can see here is that we have high quality assets. Currently we have over 5,000 assets already there, and what we are doing with the assets is that we are making this game engine and the editor for ourselves as well, so we want to make sure that everything is high quality and crafted in a way that we could use it in our own games. We have pre-mates, we have sounds, we have visuals, everything ready for you so you can focus on making your game instead of all the other hassle. So, then we thought about, okay, you have the editor in your pocket, it's free, but still we've seen that when you go in and you go to editor, start making game, you might have the first kind of like an inspiration or something, but then we thought that starting with the empty canvas and making whatever you want or your first project template, you still kind of like need to do many things. And we thought like, how could we make this even lower the barrier to dive in so you could start instantly, not from scratch, but maybe something that you've seen or played and that inspired you. Maybe a game of your friend or someone else, and you could just dive in and continue editing that. So what we innovated, or at least we feel it's quite innovating, it's a remixing. So here you can see on the screen a remixing of a car game. On the left is the first version of this game that was posted out in HypeHype. And in HypeHype we have this cool feature where you can press one button, it instantly takes you to the game that you just were playing, and you can then fork it. You can do whatever you want with it. So you don't have to start from scratch. You can make a new level to other game. You can change the game mechanic. You can change the visuals. You can make it yours. And once it's ready, you can just with couple press of buttons, you can put it out and then it's yours. And then people have been saying to us that, hey, that sounds like people are stealing my game or stealing my kind of like ideas. But we kind of like want to think about this in a way that this is more of like an evolution of games. Because many games you've seen in the market are actually getting some inspiration from others. So here on the left picture, you can see actually the hype or the game evolution of this car game. So everything that happens in this remixing, it goes to the evolution and it's transparent and others can see where this game was made from. And actually it helps you to find other creators alike. And when we do this super transparent, it helps you to find other makers of making maybe same theme, same genre, same mechanic, or something like this. And the other thing which is super important for us is the crediting. So once we have the transparency and can see if someone made a game and someone made something from that, then we can of course be able to make sure that the revenues in the future when the monetization dives in go fairly to the makers. So that's something that we believe can make game making even more fun and faster. We've been testing this. We started making HypeHype in the early 2020. So now a little bit over 2 years we've been doing this. And we started testing super early. We thought that what was super important for us is to put HypeHype out as early as possible. So we put it in tech test in Philippines and then later in Finland. So we wanted to make sure that we get the feedback so early so we can then iterate and make it for the community. The tools are not only for us, the tools are for the future of game makers. So in couple of years, or a little bit less than couple of years, we have got over 300,000 games and hypes out. And by hypes, I mean, we actually don't call these hypes, because we don't call these games only. We call them hypes because if you take the controls out from your game, actually it turns into something else. It could be digital art, could be animation, could be a meme, digital meme, it could be a comic, it could be educational. And every week the creator community in HypeHype amazes us by doing something we never thought that we could do ourselves. But we have over 300,000 of these, and every day we get lots of more. And all of these are UGC. They are made by people like here. They are like lots of young kids from Philippines already earning a living through HypeHype. And this, what I mean by this, which is super important for us, is the accessibility. So for example, I take, when you go to Philippines where we've been testing, there are lots of low-end devices that has Android. Maybe bad internet connection. So we wanted to go there and make sure that these guys and girls and people around the world will get access to the game making platforms, because they might not have money to buy a PC, get some game engine license or anything like this. And we have so many success stories already of people who said that I want to make games, but I can't afford it. But they had phone. And once we opened HypeHype there, we started getting these new aspiring game makers amazing us with amazing content. So that was something that gave us confidence that we're doing something right here. All right. So what we believe at HypeHype Inc. is that everyone and anyone, anywhere, can become a game maker and a creator. So not only 30 million or something alike of people around the world making games today through coding or something like this. It's the billion or billions of gamers and players who love games, and they have that one kind of like idea of making a game, but they can't do it because of they need to invest or they need to learn coding or something else. And that was something we want to solve, and we believe that in the coming years there will be hundreds of millions and even billion game makers through their phones. Okay? That's the PowerPoint part. Now I will take to live demo and let's see how this works when I show you how HypeHype works. All right. So, this is what I will do now. I will show you some features of HypeHype that we just discussed and show them in action. I will not show you everything because I want to give a little bit room for my colleagues to come here, and then they will show you after me how to make a game in 30 minutes and how easy that is. So that part I will leave to these fine young gentlemen. So now we are here in HypeHype. HypeHype works on iOS, phones, tablets, Android. It works even on the web. It works in a way that when someone shares a hype or a game to a friend in Twitter, you press the link and you don't need to download. We really want to make this the most accessible game making and playing platform in the world. So, anyone familiar here with TikTok? Can I see some hands? TikTok, maybe. Everyone, almost. So, people using and being familiar with TikTok know that TikTok brings you videos in a nice way and kind of like helps you discover new things without going into any lists. So that kind of like inspired us. We thought about in App Store when you go, or Google Play, you go there and you look at the charts or you go searching something. But we thought, why can't we bring you tailored content to your own phone that matches your own likes and what you want to play or might want to play. So this is the main feed. It's called For You. And here what you can do is just by swiping, you always get a new game that comes to your own feed. Here is some multiplayer game, here is a game, some fighting game, here is some anti-gravity game, here is something, lots of games. And how this works is that it brings you these user-generated games, hypes and content just by swiping automatically for you to play. And the coolest part here is that everything you see here is something that you can instantly dive in. So, let me see, I'll find here something for you. So, here is a game, and once I press this and I go inside the game, it starts immediately. No downloads, is instantly playable, and that is something that we thought about solving, the part of having 1,000 games on your phone that takes all the storage and stuff. So here, when you in HypeHype press, it starts immediately, and you can start playing. And that was something that is that I'm actually still amazed how our developers in our product team and the backend has been able to make it in a way that you can really dive into games instantly in a nanosecond. Once you play the game, then you can go here and you can look at like, hey, game ended, and you can go here and say something nice to someone. Oh, what I pressed here. Let's see, my bad. You can go here and say something nice one to the maker and give feedback about the games and being social about it. You can go here and you can give likes to the person. You can go here and share if you want to share this to somewhere. Or you can look at the leaderboards and see how do you compare with your friends or in the global leaderboards. So lots of social features that we wanted to add here. And then once you played the game, you can then instantly go, hey, this game was quite cool. Let's look at who made it. So here's the maker, Vic91. Do we have, Vic might be here. Yes, Vic is here in the audience. So Victor is a French guy who been making already 73 hypes in a little bit over than a year. And then you can easily go here and you can give a follow, and then you start getting content more from Vic if that's something that you like. So that's the coolest part of like finding new creators around the world. And then you just swipe and you find a new game, and you swipe and you find a new game, and you just go in instantly and you can start playing the games. No downloads, instant play with your friends or on your own. And the thing that we want to, of course, make sure is playing with your friends. So what we have here is several feeds. You don't need all of these feeds, you need only the For You feed, because that brings you stuff based on your actions and signals. At the same time, if you want to, for example, go play only multiplayer games, you can press that, or you can go look at live streams of other people making games and learn from them, or you can look at only the ones you follow. So it's super easy to find content and games on HypeHype. We also have, of course, the discovery. Discovery page is something where the best of the best and the featurings of different games come here. You can find here some trending creators and go find something that is new for you. We have lots of different kind of like competitions and new games coming all the time. You have here different kind of like genres such as puzzle, competitive, casual, platformer, all the games there is. And we didn't even want to stop with only games, because like I said, these are hypes. And hypes means that someone can actually go and find an internet meme and make that a hype. This happened and someone made this, for example. Maybe you've seen and maybe it's familiar for you. All right. Then, when you go here, we have the create page. And the create page is something that is fully focused on making games. So you have on top, you have here tutorials. You have here, you can start from scratch, or you can remix the last game you played. And here, there are different competitions and different tutorials all the time. What we have here is we have interactive editor tutorials that help you when you go in the editor and help you one step at a time to make and learn a new skill. And then we have video tutorials. We have different game templates where you can pick here a racing template, go in, and then start remixing that something of your own. And it is so easy. I go here and I'll show you the tutorials. What I'm super hyped about is the interactive editor tutorials. So when you work in Philippines and for example, and people have a phone but they don't have a computer, we can actually we can't rely on that someone makes a game and then has a PC or Mac on the side and watches YouTube tutorial on the side. It just doesn't happen in most of the world. So what we did to solve this is we put tutorials inside the app, so you don't need to go away from the editor. So now I go here, and when I go into editor and choose this tutorial, it actually guides me one step at a time to do things here. So here it says, tap to open the asset library, and then it asks me to do the next thing, what I need to do. Let's see if I put here something here. And then the tutorial guides me everything that I need to do here in order to learn that skill, whatever that is. And that's something that we really had to do, is to make sure that you learn the skills inside the editor with your phone instead of having to have the second device on the side watching YouTube or videos. And these tutorials, of course, are super accessible, very easy things, but at the same time we do the advanced things as well. Because, of course, this editor is super advanced and you can make very, very big games here as well. This is my profile. I talk about the personal profile of expressing yourself. And I've been a marketer most of my life, and I haven't done games because I didn't know how to make games, because I don't know how to code. But with HypeHype already in a little bit over than a year, I've been able to publish 24 games of my own. I've been doing here different kind of games and learn the skills slowly. I even have almost 1,000 followers in the Philippines looking for my new games. And I think I'm super proud of my different games here. For example, I said that I love football. So what I did, for example, I did this small kind of like a soccer game. This is not multiplayer yet, but where you can play a little bit of like a soccer football. And this is something I made myself with a little bit of help from my colleagues. And it was, for me, it was super. It felt so good to be able to publish my own games. And I can see here almost 500 people have already completed this game. And there are over 300 likes, and there are comments, people giving me feedback, and there are remixes. I will show you now a little bit of the other games that are here, so you can see a little bit of like what are the amazing creator community around the world are amazing making all the time. So let's see how this plays out. So here's a couple games that I want you to see. You can make games that you may be seen in the market, you get inspired, and you can make something out of this. By the way, you can see here actually that someone plays this, and where it says that game replay, that was some new feature one of our new developers, Inan, made, and started thinking about that, hey, could we add this replay feature of that you could see your friends playing those games, and then you could compete with them, and you learn the new game and the tutorials and whatever. And now we are actually testing this new feature in assembly, so seeing like other people playing the game. Then we have like music games. We have here something maybe the Finns here in the audience might see. And I think this game even works in a way you actually have to press the buttons here, so it works. So it doesn't. It's just amazing to see what the community does all the times. Amazes us. And then you're like, okay, cool, and you can put here something, a little bit of a comment there, and then you can continue here. This is something, for example, that someone made here already, and we haven't put these assets here because we only have the tools, and the tools are something that we use ourselves, and the community always kind of like does something that we can't expect. Someone made this, and it's just amazing to see like people make with HypeHype, because there is no limits. It's your imagination. Here some game, someone has made this kind of like a game. Maybe it's familiar for you. There is someone actually made Tetris here. Who remembers Squid Game, the Netflix thing? What we've noticed actually, which is kind of like cool, is that when something happens around the world that is maybe trending in the social media, it can become a game in overnight. So someone actually made this in overnight. Let me see. Oh yeah, I'm out. Let's see. So, okay. One more try. One more. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Okay. And then this was this person, Ryan, is from Philippines, young kid, and this was the part where we really got amazed about the non-gaming thing. So what Ryan did, he asked from the community that, what do you want to see? We were like, what's happening here? And people are starting putting here different kind of like requests. And what Ryan did actually is Ryan did an art gallery. And here, for example, you can see people started putting here that what do they want to see, and then he started making these characters as an art gallery from the community request. And it's so cool to see that Ryan just making here community request of like people asking something, and then he makes that and puts the credit to the community person who asked this. And we were like, this is so cool to see everything of new kind of like stuff happening all the time. Or here some Matrix vibes. I just love the graphics in this hype, for example. This one you saw already. Bigger games, obbies. All right, now I'm gonna show you the editor for a while, because the editor is super cool. You remember when I talked about the remixing? So we wanted to make sure that you go into the editor and you don't need to start from scratch. So let's say you find a game or a hype that you like, that inspires you, or it's something that, hey, I could do a little bit maybe different kind of version of this, or maybe make a new level for this. So here is a game. I'm like, yes, it's a go. Oh, good jump. I'm playing this game, and then I'm like, this is quite cool. So on the right side, you can see this green H logo. That's the remixing button. So if you press the remixing button, what it does, it takes you inside that game or hype in an instant. And now I'm in the editor. I'm in the editor, and I can do anything I want here. And even with one change, this becomes my version or my remix of that hype. So I'll show you. In the editor, what we have here, we have an amazing asset library. We have here lots of 5,000 different pre-made visuals, effects. We have here music that you can put into your games. We have everything. So you can make your own games just by drag and dropping stuff from the asset library. And we're not going to stop here. What we're building now is the next phase of you being able to make or upload your own assets there, own them, and then you can enable other creators to make stuff from your assets, which is already happening in the testing phase. We have asset library here. What we also have, and this is something that's very professional. So game logic, nodes, game mechanics, everything. And these are the stuff that we use because we build our own games with the same engine and the editor at HypeHype Inc as well. So you can find here all the stuff that makes your game epic. These can be a little bit more advanced to the users, to the people who maybe jump into game making, but that's why we make those tutorials and everything so you can learn a new skill. What else you have here is you can, of course, get help from our wiki. You can report problems and we can fix those bugs. Then you can do here, you can change the background of your game, for example, very easily. Whatever you want to do, I'll put a little bit sky color here. Yellow is good for me. Then what I could do else, let's see. I press here and now I'm like, okay, this is quite cool, this character. But maybe I'm gonna change this character to something else. Let's see. What do we have here? I put here player and it shows some characters. Is there something cool looking? Let's see. Maybe I take this bunny because I love bunnies. And now what happened is the bunny replaced in a second the character. And here is the playtesting button on the right. When you press that, now you can see that already my game has a new player character. And this is how easy it is to do things in HypeHype. I go back here. Oh, sorry. Then I turn around. I can go here and remove these. I can go here, maybe take some of these out. Or maybe I Maybe I change a little bit higher here. If you bunny can go there. You can do whatever you want. And it's so easy with these small kind of like changes to put your game a new kind of like a feel. Let's see if I, for example, take the camera angle in the back and I press here set camera, and then what we have here is a new kind of like a version of this game. So with small changes or big changes, you can change the game feel, look and feel to something of new. Let's see. Whoa, my bunny is big. When you are done with your game, when I talk about the publishing, how easy it is, what we wanted to do is to make sure that when you publish something, you can do that with couple press of buttons. Now I'm in the publish page, or we actually call it posting, like in social media when you post pictures and videos. So here what you can do is that you can put here a new title. Let's see. Killi remix here. Oh, Killi is here. Then I'll choose couple categories. Maybe this is quite kids. This is family. I think it's quite relaxing as well. Couple categories. And then what I can do here as well, we have online multiplayer games. You can put it unlisted if you're a little bit unsure. You want to put it out and you can share it to your friends with a link first. I don't want to do that. I'll put it out like this. You can then put their leaderboards, everything you want. But once you've done this, all these things, let's see. Once you've done all this stuff, you just press publish, remix, and it posts the game out. And it is instantly playable with your friends. And that's something that we really wanted to do, is to make sure that now you can see there is my Super Mr. Bro World Killi assembly version. And I can see the time. It took like 3 minutes for me to make a new kind of like a small remix of this. And you can imagine what happens in hours or days or something like this. And that's how easy it is to put out new games. And then I can now start getting feedback from my game. And maybe people say something that they like or don't like. And then we can take it to the next level. So, HypeHype. If you look at HypeHype in a nutshell, what we have here is a personalized feed for you, where you can just with a swipe find new games around and hypes around the world. And you can instantly play those with your friends, with the others, and you can start finding new games that you didn't even know existed. What you can do here is then you can discover new creators that are making super good games. You can find new games, new content that is coming around the world, and there's over 300,000 already out there. Then you want to maybe become from player to a creator. You can go to create your first own game. You can use the mobile editor that is free, it is accessible, it's only visual scripting, but at the same time it's powerful because it's our own engine that we've been used for 10 years to making our own games. But we just wanted to open that for everyone. And it has those crafted assets, and it has everything ready for you. Then what you can do here is make your own personal profile. We're gonna bring here avatars, your home and world and everything, where you can express yourself. You can be the player or creator that you want to be. And then with these, you can kind of like join the global online game creation community around the world. What we are now building is, for example, is the online features. We already have direct messages, we're gonna have group messages, live streaming, and we're gonna have all the different kind of like features you've been getting used to see in the platforms like TikTok, Twitch, Xbox, and others. You'll find the games, you'll find the gaming company and players to play with, and you'll find creators, or you can become a creator. And one thing that's in our big vision is, of course, is being able to give you the chance to become the next best or next great game maker, which means earn a living from your hard work. And that is something that we're already testing here. So currently what we're doing here is something that we're gonna add here is that where you can start tipping and donation different creators around the world. We're thinking about different ways of being able to monetize in a way that when you do your own game and you put it out, you get what you earn. So you can maybe start earning a living from the game that you just invested your time and your love and passion to make without all the hassle of publishing in the different kind of like maybe stores, all the different cost and budgeting that you need to do for maybe marketing there or needing a team. So that's something that is super important for us, and we've already seen that there are several people around the world and in the Philippines making a living with HypeHype. This is our first time we're showing HypeHype in Finland actually. We have our event here at Assembly, so please download the app on your iOS or Android, and then you can start making your first own game with HypeHype. And what we have now put here in Assembly is that we have here different game jam competitions where you can start making your first game, and maybe you'll get some small win if you are lucky or your game is super nice, because we just want to see new amazing content made by anyone around the world. So in Assembly, come to our booth or online, you can join the game jam and start making your first game with HypeHype. What we believe is that anyone, anywhere can become a game maker and a creator just by using your phone, your tablet, your desktop, and the free tools that we are putting our heart and love and passion for you. And that's the invitation. We at HypeHype Inc. are on this 100% all in. We are not doing anything else anymore. We have over 45 people working on HypeHype only. And we will see what the future holds for us. But we invite everyone here on this journey with us. So that was HypeHype, and I think there's maybe time for some maybe QA. But after that, Henry and Juuso will show you how to make a game in 30 minutes. And the cool part, they will show you a new feature that we haven't published yet. So when I talk about the online making of games, we think about the community in a way that why can't you make games with your friends? We've all seen that when people make games make worlds in Minecraft, it's so much fun to be with your friends in the world and build something. So what our amazing developers have done in the background, they've been working over a year with online features. So we already put out the multiplayer, which is super cool that you can play with your friends. But what we thought was that how about if you can collaborate with your friends around the world? So Henry and Juuso will come here, and together they will do an online collaborative editing demo of this new feature, where they together join the same editor session, and they will build a game together. Because it's more fun to make games together, learn skills from your friends, or maybe get some new friends and connections around the world. So that will happen next. Thank you everyone, and have a great assembly.
Thank you, Killi. Thank you very much. Great job. And next up, we're going to have Juuso Pekkarinen and Henry Forsström. But before that, do you have any questions for Killi about this HypeHype platform?
Or it can be suggestions for some features, anything. Anyway, if someone has something, we will give you a beanie from our booth, or a couple of beanies, or something nice swag. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I missed a little bit of early, but so I don't know if you went it through. But how about the copyrights part? We saw some of the familiar characters in there and that kind of stuff. How do you ensure that people can be making games based on that and so on, and who will hold the copyrights on the new games and so on?
First of all, that's a great question and something we discuss a lot, especially with the remixing part of you making something. So we have a great legal team, and the ones who don't know, we also work together with Supercell on this one. So what we want to make sure is that the the creators of assets or hypes around the world will get the credits and the copyrights right. And that's something that we have, for example, now is that because every asset that comes to the HypeHype comes through us, so we make sure that the assets inside are, everything is licensed and there. But going forward, what we want to find out is the true ownership. So we're thinking about in a way that if you will make something, how can we make sure that you have the ownership in our platform and maybe even outside the platform? Because our app platform is not constrained to iOS and Android only. We work on web and we work around the world in different platforms. There's even people playing HypeHype on Tesla screens already, so it works on anything. So what we do is that we work with the legal team. We try to figure out the little minds, what's there, because we're innovating something new that hasn't been done. And we've been looking like, for example, how Roblox works in this space, how video content platform like TikTok works in this space. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be a tough challenge, but I'm sure that we can crack it up. We can do it, and then we'll find the ways of that everyone kind of like gets the fair kind of like what they deserve, and we don't do any kind of like bad things, if you will. By at the same time having tools that you can do whatever you want and you imagine. So that's kind of like a current thing, and we're in early access and trying to figure out this thing as part of the journey. Maybe that replied a little bit. And you will get the beanie from our booth. Maybe. Not maybe. You will get the beanie, sorry. Thank you.
Hey, I also joined a bit late, so maybe this was covered. But what is the earning logic of the
All right.
Earning your living?
All right. So what we have, and this is, I think it's a happy challenge. So we don't have monetization yet in HypeHype. But the good thing is here is that what we can do now is to think about hybrid monetization. Which means that, for example, if you look at like TikTok, in TikTok, when you swipe new things, there might come ads in the middle that you can easily swipe away, and then you don't get those frustrating hyper-casual games that give you ad when you start making. Then when that revenue from ads, in theory, for example, would come, then that could be split with the makers that have the games that have the most engagement. Then the other thing is, for example, when you talk about the assets in the last question, is if you put asset over there and people use your asset to make other games, you're basically enabling other makers to make better content, there could be some kind of like a cut and revenue from that. Or it could be even like maybe both. We'll see what happens. And one thing I'm super excited is the tipping and donation. That is super hot thing in TikTok, in YouTube, in Twitch, that where you see the creator that maybe doesn't have the following yet. It might have only 100 like followers and couple of content, but then you can easily go there and you can be like, I like your content. I'll tip you a little bit of like money to help you make a living with this. But these are just ideas, but we're in a happy situation that we can think about like different hybrid monetization things and make sure that the creators will earn a living. Oh. My time is up. So if there is more questions, ask me in the back, and now these fine gentlemen will take over.
Thank you, Killi. And welcome on stage. Thank you. Let's give a big applause for Killi. And welcome on stage Juuso Pekkarinen and Henri Forsström, who are going to show you the demo. Let's give big hands for them.
Nice, thanks. 1, 2, 3. Everything is loud and clear. Juuso?
Yep, hello.
All right. So, hi everybody. I'm Hamu, also known as Henry, and I'm joined by my best friend,
Job, also known as Juuso. And now we are going to show you a demo of collaborative editing, so how you can make games together. We are trying to make a game in half an hour. At least that's the plan. It might take a while for Henry to get everything in order. But let's see. Speedrun, logging into HypeHype.
Yeah, this is something way beyond me. All right? Just a moment.
Just a second. All right. And there was some mistake somewhere. Well,
so Killi,
technical difficulties.
Killi, thank you so much for your great speech. We are not here so much to speak, so don't worry, it's not going to be presentations. We are actually going to be building a game in 30 minutes. So using never seen before features for the online collaborative editing and multiplayer. So, yeah, make a game.
It's a good thing to say that the feature is still in the early testing, so there might be some technical hiccups here and there. Hopefully not, but wait, this is a live demo, everything can happen. We just need to get now logged into the iPad so we can start the demo. So it's getting there. All right. It's logging in forever.
I think we lost connection.
Oh. Oh, that's one technical challenge we will have in the network, but okay. Now we are logged in, and did you enable the... let's enable screen touches and stuff, and everything is done. Nice. So, plug that in, and let's get started. Like so. Okay. Now we have a connection. Henry, you can take over.
All right, so we are ready to share our screen. I don't know if it's visible soon, maybe. Everything is set up properly.
All right.
Nice. That's the editor. It's kind of bare, just a couple of rocks there. But don't leave yet. It's gonna be more than rocks, right?
Yep. There's going to be an entire game.
This is the editor. Killi already showed a little bit how it is going to be here. So we have like unlimited assets all the time being updated. Users are being able to add their own assets here for everybody to use. And we have logic here. We're going to see a bunch of these things along the right. But yeah, I was thinking we could start with making something simple, like how to make a game. Well, you want a player, right? Let's add a simple player to our game. So I'm going to open our asset library, and from here I can find our premates. Well, premates are these kind of ready-made assets which include the visual, model, sounds, and the mechanics. So basically, I can take anything from here, like jump and stomp. And here it is. I added this player here. I'll change the visual of this beanbag boy to something a little bit more interesting, maybe. Let's search for a player and take something fun from here. This is looking kind of close to an Angry Bird, so I like that a lot.
Nice.
All right, let's make it a little bigger. All right, and let's have something to play with, right? Maybe football. Sounds simple enough. So I'll just go back in here, search for football. And here is another asset, which, well, is now in our hype. It's a football, right? It's not that special at all, but then we can instantly play this. I'll just press the play button right here. We are in the game. And I can start playing around with this, push the ball. Not very exciting, but it's already a working game.
Yeah,
of course.
At least a base for a game.
Yeah, define a game. What the hell is a game?
Yeah.
But if I wanted, I could change all the parameters like movement speed. Like, let's make it 30. Let's try that now. And I'm just zooming around the game. And it's not just a level editor. You can literally do everything. I can go and check out how this thing has been built. So this is all of the logic in it. I'm not going to dig into that at all, but you can see that this is like made from scratch, completely with these like 20 logic nodes. It's just all of that makes the player do all of this magic. And yeah.
Important thing is to say is that was the pre-made stuff, so you don't have to start creating that logic by yourself. You can just go to the asset library and pick something there, and it's ready, it should work. It will work.
Yeah. So what we'll next want to do is add user into the session. So let's make this a two-player game. So completely online. There's nothing rigged. it's completely online, everything's multiplayer, so
Yeah,
let's take a look.
Get in the session. I lost the connection just a second ago, so...
So just to save some time, like I had set up this multiplayer combo of nodes. So this multiplayer will listen to anyone that joins the game, and when it does so, it will spawn. And now I just need to select what it will spawn as the player, right? So I'll find our chicken. I'll set the spawning to be the chicken, that is the player, and set that to be spawnable. And here I have just 2 spawn points that I'm gonna place into the world so we can see both of them. Whoop.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's put that also there. I don't know what happened here, but yeah. Oh.
Things happen.
By the way, I'm not a programmer, I'm an artist. Even an artist can do all of this, but not everything perfectly. So.
I'm not even an artist, I'm like a community and marketing person, so I'm just here.
We're just here.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Okay.
Enable live.
I'll enable multiplayer sessions, so soon we will maybe see that.
You might need to restart that. This is one of the problems while testing.
Demo effects.
Yeah.
Let me just restart this a bit.
Yeah.
It goes to sleep. Everybody goes to sleep sometimes, so this also
All right.
Seems to have done.
Now I'm trying to join there. Technical issues. It's part of the thing.
Chicken is here still. So I just loaded autosave instantly. It's no biggie.
All right. I found the session and I'm downloading. The connection here is a bit funky, but well, we'll see.
Multiplayer is enabled for 2. I can set up to 4 players at the moment, but soon enough we're gonna have like maybe 100 players in the same session playing, or I don't know. I'm not a programmer, but
all right.
Are we ready
I joined,
to try?
so you can now promote me to participator, so I can build with you.
All right. Participator. Okay. Should be good.
Here I am. Yep.
Then I'm gonna play test again. Let's see if the multiplayer works. Maybe I messed something up.
No.
Oh.
Oh, this is fast.
Yeah. I should probably change the movement speed back to the normal.
Yeah.
Normal human.
But that might be a good idea.
Let's try again. Waiting for Wi-Fi in this. Did it? All right. There we go.
All right.
There is Juuso, the other chicken, me, that other chicken.
Here I'm jumping.
And the
Jumping
ball is
around.
out of the screen. But
Yep.
it's now online. Cool.
So now we have a base for our game. Or maybe we are doing something else.
Yeah. So what should we build? I'm thinking something visually interesting, like a battle game where we battle against each other, maybe launch some bombs, make explosions happen, and just have fun.
Explosions are fun. Like,
All right.
who doesn't like explosions?
Let's try. I'll delete the chicken. I'll keep the football here, just because it rolls around nicely.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's start by figuring out what the player should be. So if we want to save some time, I can dig up a player that fits the scheme already. Let's see. Bazooka. Wait. We have this bazooka player pre-made, which, well, comes with the bazooka. Let's see how it works if I now make it playable. I need to reconnect this player to the spawning. And you wouldn't need to do this if you started from a template, but we are starting from scratch, so we kind of need to configure things up a lot. All right.
Let's give it a try soon.
Is this all right? Let's give it a try. Maybe I will check where the camera is. Yeah, it should be good enough.
All right, here we are. And we can shoot stuff.
The camera is very wonky, we'll fix that. Don't worry about it.
It's a simple thing to fix.
We can we can now shoot bombs at each other.
No. You got me.
And
All
then
right.
here in this pre-med brings a lot of logic. So the respawning and health is already included. I don't need to worry about that, but I can do more, such as like change the health. Maybe 3 hearts is not enough. I can make it into anything I want, essentially. But I think it's good for now. And well, I guess now we can try and figure things out, like how to build the environment. It's gonna look nice. Currently this green is kinda a little too green. Let's make it something more interesting, right?
Let's change it a bit moodier. You can do that change. So
I'll again search for assets from here. Let's see if we can find something fun, good looking to add in here. Here is this nature set. Let's try if this fits in here. Okay,
yeah,
blocks.
that looks nice.
Oh, it's actually a tree. That's pretty nice. Just place it around. Move it somewhere nice. Let's block out some environment with these.
I can also add some here at the same time, because since we are collaborating, I can do all the same stuff that Henry can do. And I can also add assets if I want.
Some stones.
Going to add this nice pillar in here.
Let's get rid of this green, okay? So I can find visual environment settings from our menus here. Here is our backgrounds and fog. So I'll just choose what it is currently using and see that we have all these sliders and gadgets, whatever. Ground color is maybe what I'm looking for here. So we can just simply choose some fun color.
Whoa,
Maybe
that
match
looks
this.
interesting.
I'm just experimenting, man.
Yeah, but it's easy to experiment and see different styles.
It's kind of blue rock environment.
I'm working on the background here, adding some objects and stuff. All right. We're done with that. Should we change the player character to something else? It's a bit plain to have this blank character there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's find something else than this blank one. Some people want to use this. They like these white canvas characters. You can build anything, like any kind of character you want out of it. We have all kinds of character templates, but for this demo, we can maybe find something that already fits our style in what we want. Like we are throwing bombs, like some kind of soldier, warrior, but I don't know.
Yep, it could work.
Let's see what we can find with soldier. Okay, there is this red soldier-looking character. All right, that's kind of dumb-looking, but we'll go with that. I can choose colors from top here. So we have red. I can change the character to have some other colors. Maybe we can go with, if you're playing like edge against each other, maybe red and blue are like
those are
colors.
known colors. Let's go with that.
All right, that looks kind of fun. Maybe the bazooka could be something else.
All right.
The green is kind of not going well with the blue. I'm sorry. Let's take something else. Okay, that's cool.
Nice.
We have this thing called tile sets. You might be familiar with tile sets if you come from game engines, whatever, but they are very, very fun way of building environment. So let me give you an example. I'll show what it could be. I'll find some fun-looking tile sets, such as this dungeon here. Very, very blocky rock. I can just place it here. It already has physics. I could make it have like dynamic physics to be bouncy, but I want it to work as a wall, so it's gonna be static. Change its color to fit this place. Then I'll go paint away. So these tile sets can be painted. So I'll just start drawing. This, especially for artists like myself, like really easy ways of like creating the environment. And this is the first version of how tile sets work, but we have tons of plans how to make this much more fun and flexible in terms of what kind of worlds you could be creating. Terrain painting tools, skyboxes, textures, but we'll keep it like in a way short and dense in here, so I'm not gonna explore every option that we have, or we'll be having. There's something here, let's take that one.
I'm trying to find some platforms because I was thinking of adding some jump pads where the player can jump and find a new ground to fight. So just going through the asset library and trying to find something fitting. We have this kind of wild scaffolding asset. Takes a while to load.
Oh, nice.
Wonder if this works. You can kind of have it in the ground so it pokes out a bit.
And when we are doing collab like this, we are both at the moment building the environment, but you can imagine like having game jams or studios come together with like artists like myself, invite you from the audience to be the programmer and we make a game together. Like I don't know anything about the logic stuff, so maybe he can take care of it, and maybe they can do some kind of other fun things, play test and like create characters together. So that you don't need to do everything by yourself, which is, well, not everybody can do that.
It's going to duplicate this one tile set and make it a bit higher up. Just do this. Maybe this will work. Slightly shorter structure up there. Where's our camera going to be? I think it would be good to see the camera view when building, so we are not building something that's hidden.
True.
I think we should figure that out now, so it's easier to build.
Now that I like that we have a plan what we're actually doing here. So currently we have this kind of camera view. Maybe we'll want it more top down. Maybe we'll want it first person. Maybe first person gets kind of messy if we kind of like estimate the bomb projectile landing places. So I figure we might want to have some bird's eye view. We can test it out and see what we like, then just leave it there.
Yep.
So I just find a nice spot from this editor view, and I'll press this set camera button at the left side, and now that's where the game camera is. And if I want to change anything about the game camera, I can just find it. So here we have the game camera. I can find things like FOV if I want to make it have this effect.
Yeah, wider or narrower.
Well, I'll just keep it as it is, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Maybe we can play test. Let's see how it is working right now.
Yep.
Maybe it's already a little bit better than the green was. Did you just shoot
Yes,
yourself?
I shot myself. I know how to play this game. Don't worry. I've never played this before. Oh. But hey, this is looking nice. Hit you. Oh.
Oh, damn it.
Oh. Oh no, I hit myself. Second time. Okay. Well, it's good we know what our game area is, so it's easier to build.
Yeah, I think we are spawning too close to each other. Maybe we can fix that somehow a little bit.
Yeah, I can move the blue spawn point a bit further this way, and
Nice.
the red can be next to the trees there. Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, okay. That's easy. So this pillar, I guess, collapses if you hit it. It's at least says so, so ARTTech.
Oh, it's a collapsible. I didn't even know that.
I'll place some of these around. They look kind of nice.
Okay, how about those jump pads? I'm going to find them. Those should be just pre-made. Here we have one. I edited the scene, so now...
Oh, you put the jump pad. I put in a rubber duck.
Oh, rubber duck. What are we going to do with that?
We'll see. I just put it there. I think it looks nice. I'll
Okay.
put it in a hidden place, maybe. Let's make it bouncy. So, how to make it bouncy? I'll just make it dynamic and change its physical material. So here we have like bouncy, heavy, light, slippery, and we can create more, but I'll just find the bouncy. It's already here, so it makes it super bouncy. If we hit it with the bomb, maybe it will bounce away. That's a rubber duck. Okay, so because we spawn from a different place now, I'm gonna also switch the camera position to match where we are spawning.
Okay.
So let's take a look. I'll play test.
No, I spawned here.
Okay, this camera is still a little bit funny. Oh,
I have this
You made the
floating
jump pad
platform
there?
up here. I was about to move that when we started playtesting, so... I have the high ground. Oh no, oh no.
let's see the ducky.
Ooh,
I
you almost
hit it.
destroyed it.
Oh,
You hit the duck. Oh man, that's nice. Okay, let's get back to work. We have things to do.
yeah, we do have things to do. All right, let's see.
I was thinking, since our camera is that way, I'll move the jump pad up somewhere in here. Maybe I'll just duplicate this so we can have another somewhere in there.
Maybe we should have some kind of random elements to this gameplay. So now it's just 1v1. This is a very hardcore deathmatch that we are having. So maybe we want to add some random elements into the gameplay. What do you think? Maybe it could be cool?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Interesting. I have this one tile set over here that's not visible for you. It's another bug for another day.
Let's see if we have any goose around here. There's this funny looking goose. Do we have orange? That's a little bit... Maybe this. Okay, this looks nice. So how about... Listen, I have this great idea. We have a giant goose chasing us in the game.
Oh, extra challenge.
Let's see if we can make this happen. Giant, massive goose. How massive? Is this good enough?
I wonder how... Oh man, that's big. I think that's a bit of an overkill.
Well, somebody stop me. I'm gonna otherwise go ham.
Yep.
So, how to make this goose chase a player? Let's see. We need to make it physical. So currently this is from scratch, just a goose model. We'll want to add it physics. I'll make it dynamic so it can move on its own. Let's see. Dynamic material can be default maybe. Let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna open the logic. Now there's so much logic things happening here. This is no code, but you can do the same. You can achieve the same results with this node-based editor as you would in gameplay coding, as you have normal scripting. So even non-programmers like myself can achieve things here. If you just learn how these little colorful blocks here work. So this, for example, is force. It's gonna push objects to a direction. That's all it does. But I can set the target of this force to be the duck here, and I'll make it so that it's going forward. So I just turn it there, and I'm gonna give it speed. We can try with something like 3 first, so 3 force, and well, I can now check if it works.
It fell over.
It
I don't think that was the
works.
thing that you had in mind. Oh, I hit myself again.
It's okay. We'll fix this. So let's see what is it all about. Why is this guy not able to move? So let's add a little bit of force. Maybe the goose is a little bit too big. Just gonna try if we can make it somehow stay afloat. And there goes
There it goes
the
and destroys the pillar.
I made it, trying some things out here, so bear with me. What are you building on at the same time?
I'm adding these pillars because that destruction of that one pillar looked nice, so I want to have some more of those around here.
That's cool, that's cool. All right, let's change the animation. So we also are having this, we are designing animation tools for users to be able to animate anything here. So characters, games, make a meme, whatever. Here we have this goose, so I'm gonna choose it to have this walking animation. That's kind of nice. So now it's running. At least it looks like it. Let's make it also a little bit faster. So we need to add the force up a little bit. All right, let me place it somewhere a little bit away. So it's not now, this super advanced AI is just moving forward.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing, absolutely just chilling.
Stuck in a wall. What do we need to do to make it chase us?
Let's see. So we have this thing called look at. It's one of these nodes again. This look at node is simple. You choose something like Juuso as the target, and I will set Juuso to look at me. So it just needs 2 things. Who is turning and towards what? You can call don't look at me. That's just an example, but yeah, so let's make the goose look at the player. And here, for example, I'm gonna be taking the target. Let's try it with something first. So I'll set the target as this spawn point, and let's see how it's gonna go. All right?
Oh no, I lost my connection. I need to reconnect that.
The turning speed is really, really slow. So let's change that a little bit. So speed there, 1, all right.
Yeah,
Yep, it's
doing
going.
its thing.
I'm getting there.
Can you promote me as a participator once again?
Let's do it.
All right. Here I am again, changing the world.
Quite literally.
Yeah. One block at a time.
In the meanwhile, I'll work on this intro. So we have this logo that I made. As an artist, I made this. I'm proud of it. The games, I decided that the name would be Boom Bros. So I have these here. I could change the colors. Let's make something like that. Cool. And this is glued to the camera. So there is this thing called glue. I could glue things on objects, such as this duck could be riding on the shoulder of this goose. And take a look at this.
Oh no.
There's this little glue button. I'll drag it and I glue it to the goose. I glued it to the object. Let's glue it to the body. So it's moving with that.
Now they're
Alright.
chasing us together. Oh no.
So I did the same with the logo in here. So I'm gluing these to the camera. Oop. Okay. So now I just enable the intro. So there is a little bit of pre-made logic for making intros. So I can change some sounds for this. I can make anything here happen. So this basically just makes it so that the intro pops up and play some sounds, and that's all about it. So this is also one of those pre-made, so you can just enable it if you want it for your game. And let's see how it looks like. This
Ooh, nice.
that's that intro.
And now it's time to go. I think the target is still.
Yeah,
need to
it's
figure out
the
a way to-
spawn point. I didn't change it properly, but yeah, there is the duck.
Hello. Ooh.
Oh, you have 1 HP left.
I always end up killing myself with this game. It always happens. Okay, what's there still to do?
Let's make the goose chase one player. I think that's what I would like to do.
Okay.
So the player is spawned from these objects. And what I can do is I can simply set the spawn point to set the player. So I'm creating one link. This is a logical link. And if we can try playing it.
Yeah, there's a problem that I once again lost the connection, so
Oh, all right.
I need
Well,
to reconnect, but this shouldn't take too long, hopefully.
in the meanwhile, let's make these trees look something more interesting. So they are green. Green is our tree color, but it could be something else. It could be something more cool. So this is, for example, one of these visual materials that we can set colors of. So I'm just gonna figure out if I can find some more interesting colors for this tree. Maybe we have a lot of warm colors aside from the dark background, so I'm thinking fall season to be the thematic. You're already here?
Can you restart the
Yes,
live stream? So?
I'll restart the live streaming.
But as said, this is still in testing, so these things happen, especially when demoing to live audience. Like. All right. Hey, those are looking nice. Let's see if I can find the live session now. All right. Now I'm joining. It might take a while. All right, here I am, back again.
Oh, you're here? Okay.
Yep.
Maybe we can try play testing again.
It takes a moment to load all the assets in, but
Oh, the duck is doing something weird, but that's fine. I'll fix that by making it
ducks are weird.
only start doing that when we come to the play.
All right. Now we can go and play.
What is happening?
Okay.
Are you in the editor?
Oh, I got stuck again. I think there's something weird going on. Okay. Now I'm in the editor.
Oh, let's play this.
Here I am.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. And it's chasing you. I think the game is essentially done now. Unless we want to add something else to it. You won once again.
True, true. So, what? If we are finished with this game, we can go ahead and publish it. I can walk you through how we publish games here. So, if this is the complete game, I want to take a screenshot, right? So I'll just go in this editor and take a thumbnail for this game. Let's see a nice place. This looks kind of fun. So just find from the left action panel this thumbnail button.
And you can also take the thumbnail while playing the game, but of course if there are other players it might be difficult to take a good one.
Yeah, that's so true.
Unless of course the players are focusing in the same thing.
Just give me a sec. There we go. I press publish and I'm greeted with this very bare bones but basic, like expected publish screen. So I can give it a name. Well, Boom Bros demo is good enough. Maybe I'll add a hashtag assembly. What? Assembly summer 2020. And choose some categories. So we have tons of categories that you can find games from. So let's see some that we could fit here. Shooter. Is it a shooter? Maybe it's just shooter.
Yeah, I would
Action,
count it as
shooter. Is there weird? Weird, yeah. Dark.
well, there's a goose. Gooses are weird. Or ducks, whichever they are.
Cool. And I'll go ahead and post this game. Now anyone could find this from HypeHype and just hop in to play. Or make a remix. So if you want your goose to be something else, you can just start remixing. Like Killi already demoed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think this kind of concludes our making a game in 30 minutes. What's the time? So
It was about, yeah. There was
Yeah.
some hassle at the beginning, so...
sure,
Yeah.
but
And now if you go play and start the multiplayer game, other people can join there immediately, and everything is done. We have a game once it loads. There might be some connection issues.
Yeah.
So
but yeah,
that's the thing.
there are lots
Yeah.
of games. We've made
I think that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll do our best to answer them. Right?
Thank you, Juuso and Henry. Thank you very much. Any questions? Let's give big hands for them. Any questions for Juuso or Henry?
Again, you'll get a beanie if you throw in any question. Just we'll hit you up. You'll get some swag.
There is one.
Hi. Can you remix every game or can you like fix that no one can remix games?
Yeah, that's a good question. So currently, you can remix any game. We are trying to be as transparent as possible, but we are trying to design where this can go to. But currently, you can find any game and just start remixing it. If that was the question. So I can find any game from the feed, just swiping up, maybe this one. So you can just press this HypeHype logo button, boom, and I'm remixing any game. So sure, there is a little bit of privacy things that we can sort out, maybe, but we are in early access, maybe 2 years in development, so we'll see where this goes.
And to be said, only published, so published game can be remixed. So if you have a game that's a draft, that can be remixed by others. Others still can play that game if you share a link to it, but they can't remix it. So if you are working on something that you want your players to test, you can share the link to the draft of the game so they can play that, but not remix.
Can you import your own 3D models or some graphics?
Yeah, that's another great question, especially for artist people like myself. So yes, you can definitely import your own 3D assets. You can also import your own sounds, things like these. Currently, we are building systems so that you can do it frictionless on your own browser. So you don't need to download this on your app. You can just put it up on the browser on your desktop and just get models right into there. And you can share them for anyone to use. And
I think we don't have an ETA when that feature is coming, but we are working on it.
There have been people already submitting assets that lots and lots of people are using, but not only that, we are also going to be developing features that lets you build. You can sculpt, you can make voxels, and you can build assets on your own inside the editor. So eventually, everything is going to be also be able to be accomplished in editor. Currently, you need to use 3D software to make models, but we also want to find ways we can offer anyone of any skill level in the world to be able to make models and sounds and music just inside the one single app.
There is one more question.
What are the system requirements of the device? Like how old phone or tablet you can use?
I think it's something. Is it something like iPhone 6 is the minimum requirement? I think so. I think we cater towards quite a wide range of devices. So iPhone 6, if I'm not incorrect, is our lowest iPhone or mobile specs. So you can do it. You can use HypeHype on any desktop because it just runs on any browser, and you can also use it on mobile browsers. But we do recommend downloading HypeHype. But we are like, this app is like 70 megabytes. You don't store these games inside the app. All the games and assets are streamed from the cloud. So there is very optimized data transfer usage. And yep.
About Android, I actually don't know what is the minimum requirement. Probably Android 7, if I'm not mistaken. Might be 8, can't remember. But we are testing the app currently in Philippines, and over there are plenty of lower-end Android devices, so it's a good environment for us to figure out how to optimize everything, and we've gotten good feedback that the app is at least somewhat working on the lower-end devices also. But yeah, we are doing our best to optimize it to as many devices as possible.
Any more? Yep. There is one question.
Yeah, just a tiny additional info to the can you remix any game. So there is a remix tree in the system, so you have like a history of all the remixes, and you can see that like which games they are remixed from. So it's not like you are kind of stealing, but also the algorithm kind of takes it to consideration that if somebody's remix gets a lot of views, it kind of can spill also to the original ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the Teemu, our business guy, adding on some additional details. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Any more questions for Juuso and Henry? Anyway, this is great. Thank you very much for attending. Let's give big applause for them, and See you next time. Thank you very much.
If you want to make a game, just hit up us on the booth. You can see lime green there, and we'll get there.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'll take.
That.